even in our day-to-day conversations with our children, just letting them know who they are, but not so much, I mean, it's great us letting them know who they are, but putting that in them so that they know who they are without someone having to tell them who they are. I am. That's a very powerful statement. Pictures on the water. During that whole quarantine process. Hey y'all, and welcome again to another episode of Sadie Says It All. And today, I think I mentioned in my last video that I'm going to be coming to you a bit more frequently now because it's approaching the holidays, and there are some holiday gift ideas I have for you that I can't wait to share. And so this is like the part 2 of my holiday gift guide. And this one is actually geared towards our Black youth. So these are gift items that are meant to uplift them and to encourage them. So it's pretty much a book list for you. So I will include the list. There's a link to the list on Amazon where you can go to this one link and you will see all of the suggestions that I've given you, and you'll get a chance to click there and see more about them, because what I'm going to do is kind of give you a rundown on them as far as the list goes, and then I'm going to feature what the books look like on here as well. And so you'll get a chance to see the authors of the books as well as the illustrators, because the authors books, like the authors of the books, the names I have down, but the illustrators, I am having a problem with pronouncing some of these names. So you can get a chance to read them for yourselves, and then you can click on the link and get a chance to see all the details of the book there. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel so you can continue to get all these awesome gift ideas that I'm putting forward. Okay? If I can speak. I'm having a problem speaking the last couple of weeks, and I don't know if it's because I'm doing a lot of filming. I'm talking a lot more than I normally do, and I talk a lot, but I'm talking a lot more than I normally do, so it's like my tongue is getting all tied up, you know what I'm saying? So anyhow, so I guess we're going to start off with the first book that's on the list. And you're going to see me looking down because I'm trying to read off here. But the first book that I have on the list is So What's the Tea Today? The book is called What's the Tea Today? And it is by Yana, and I hope I'm pronouncing her last name. I said I had the author's names right, but don't look like I got that right either. But it's Yana Dai. And we follow each other on Instagram, which is how I came to find out about this book. And I purchased the book for my niece for this Christmas. And I purchased the book as well as there are 2 little coffee mugs or tea mugs that come, you can purchase it as a set. And this book is geared towards creating like open conversation or creating dialogue between the mother and the daughter. So it's a very mommy and me type of gift here. And it's a perfect opportunity to kind of, you can have, I know I used to have cups of tea with my mom, and I miss those moments so much. Anytime I think of her, my mother has passed on, but those types of memories, nothing can replace those. Thinking of those moments I used to have where I would just sit and chat with my mom, and we'd have our tea and we'd get it in, you know what I mean? We talk about everything from TV to, whatever else is going on, and you can't put a price on those moments. So for an author to think of, you know what, this would be an excellent opportunity to kind of put this out there or create that opening or that space for a mother and daughter to sit down and even a father and a daughter, if you want to, you can get tea from anywhere. So, so this was just a fabulous idea by her, and this will definitely be included on that list if you click the link. Okay, so the next book that is on my list is Grateful Grace, and it's about having an attitude of gratitude. And this book, this author I can pronounce, is by one of my high school friends, Debbie McKiver. She wrote this book, and I was just it's funny, I was putting together this list of suggestions or gift ideas, and I posted it, I shared it on my social media, and then I think she liked it or she loved it or something, or she may have commented on it, and I was like, wait a minute, don't I remember that you wrote a book, a children's book? And I think she has a couple out there, but this is one of the ones that she has written, and it's on Amazon. So I'm so proud of her. Always proud of hometown folk doing big things, because we're from small towns, very small towns in South Carolina. And anytime I see one of us doing something great and something positive, it's always an awesome thing to be able to support, even in my little way, you know what I mean? So be sure, again, this one will be on the list, as all of them will. So check that one out. Now, the next book that is on the list, I know a lot of you may have already heard of. It's Hair Love. It is a bestseller. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's the one that it won an Oscar because there was a short film of sorts, short animation film that was done based on this book. And it's a bestseller, and it's about a father taking on the challenge of doing his young daughter's hair. And for those of you that are, black or have like the ethnic hair and have that challenge, it can be a challenge, especially for someone who is not used to doing that or taking on that role. So even for the dad in the household, if he ain't the one that's typically doing it, then yeah, it might be a bit of a challenge. So, it embraces that in a warm way. So that's definitely one you want to check out. Now, the next book, The Joys of Being a Little Black Boy. I purchased this one last year for my nephew. Now, I didn't get a chance to see the book or read the book or anything before I actually purchased it for him, because I ordered it on Amazon and had it sent directly to my brothers. And I did get feedback on them from the books because I wanted to know how the kids liked their gifts or what have you. And they went on and on about how awesome it was. So I was like, I said, well, this one is definitely going on the list of uplifting and encouraging our young black youth, because they need it, in this world today, even not in the situation that situations that we have now, but just in general, just feeling good about themselves. It's definitely needed. So that one is definitely one that you want to check out. And like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail with each of these books, because they'll be on the list that's connected to that link. So if you click on the link, you'll see each one of the books that I mentioned, and you can check each one of them out yourselves. And yeah. So let's see. Another one. Hair Like Mine. Now, Hair Like Mine is actually, it's by, I'm sorry, I didn't go over the names of the others, but Hair Love was by Matthew A. Cherry, And The Joys of Being a Little Black Boy was by Valerie Reynolds. And then there is Hair Like Mine, which is by Latashia M. Now, Hair Like Mine is actually a coloring and activity book. Now, I know when I was a kid, coloring and activity books were huge. I mean, you wanted something that was going to keep you busy, you know? So it's just great to see that people are still carrying that forward, because kids have so many distractions this day with all the gaming systems and things of that sort. And that's great and all. The iPads, that's great, because Lord knows my daughter uses her iPad. But to see that someone is still, you know, putting out coloring and activity books is great. You know, it's great because it's making the kids go a different direction for their entertainment. So, and then with this one, another way of encouraging our Black youth. So, you know, and letting them know that they are beautiful, because I can't tell you how many times, like the whole struggle with our hair, sometimes you're always wishing, well, why can't this be easier? You know, why can't this be, you know, why can't my hair be like, you know, easier to manage? But it's just great to see now that our kids that are coming up now are having more of an appreciation for the differences, which are, you know, what we have. So it's just, anyhow, great idea to keep that coloring and activity book thing going. And Hair Like Mine, one to check out. Okay. Now this next book caught my eye immediately on Instagram, because that's where I saw it first. And it's called Introducing JoJo the CEO. And it is by Dr. Sharita Spee-Crittle. Introducing JoJo the CEO. Now this spoke to me in so many ways, because I don't know, I mean, we often teach our kids to get that education, because that's important. But I think a lot of times then the flow is get your education so you can get a great job somewhere working for someone. And not to say that that's not cool and all, that's great. But I think more so now it's being a thing. But at one point we weren't really encouraging our kids to build their own, start their own, be their own boss, be that entrepreneur. So I think now people are starting to invest more and more in that with our children, because we see how important it is for us to own our own businesses and to be able to be the pillars in our community by doing that. So just to see that someone put this into a book, and in the title mentioning that this kid is the CEO, that's empowerment. You know what I mean? It really is. So it was just great to see that. So be sure to check that out as well. Okay, so the next book we have is I Am. Positive Affirmations for Brown Girls. What a powerful statement. I am. And I think it really is important to start instilling that in our children early. And this book is actually by Ayesha Rodriguez. And to be able to equip, you know, our children with the I am statement, like putting power behind that, I think is an amazing thing. And it's definitely something we should all do more of, just even in our day-to-day conversations with our children, just letting them know who they are. But not so much, I mean, it's great us letting them know who they are, but putting that in them so that they know who they are without someone having to tell them who they are. I am. That's a very powerful statement. So kudos to her for, you know, writing this book and giving our kids that boost. So okay, the next book. I Need You to Know. The ABCs of Black Girl Magic. I Need You to Know And it's the ABCs of Black Girl Magic. She's breaking it down for you. The author of this book is Lora McClain Muhammad. Okay, so be sure, check that out. I mean, that could even be something helpful for us grown women. The ABCs of Black Girl Magic. Because there is absolutely no limit to what we can do. And to be able to present our kids, again, with the weapons to use, you know, when we're feeling doubtful. It's just, I don't know if some of these authors realize what they're doing, or maybe they do, and if they do, that's awesome. But if they don't, I'm here to tell you these are some amazing things that you're doing by writing these books and putting these words to paper and letting our kids be able to see this, read it, and hold on to it, you know, just retain it. So thank you. This last gift idea is When God Made You. When God Made You. And this one is actually a bestseller. And it's by Matthew Paul Turner. Now, when God made you, just gives you a sense of how perfect, you know, God, like they say, God doesn't make mistakes. So when he made you, baby, little boy, little girl, made you little black child, there was no mistake. That skin, that hair, those lips, that nose, honey, there was no mistake. No mistake. God made you perfect, just the way you are. There's no need to change anything. Nothing was a mistake. So for someone to put this in a book, again, just awesome. Awesome, awesome encouragement for our kids. Awesome way of uplifting them. And I know I've said uplifting and encouraging over and over again on this clip. But that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Again, I will have the link down below. And it's one link. You just click there on my Amazon gift guide link. Click on the link and it'll have every book that I just mentioned, and then a few more. There were a few more, maybe about 3 more, 4 more that I didn't go over today, but they have been added to the list. And again, they're just as awesome and amazing as the ones I've listed here. So be sure to check those out. And you all can get back and let me know what you think about the books and about the selections. So I guess I'm just going to wrap up now. And I hope that the kids that you present these to are blessed by it. And I hope their parents are blessed by the experience of being able to share this, you know, gift with their child. And and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so that you can make sure you get the notifications. Click the notification bell too, so you make sure you're in the loop on my next set of suggestions. And I guess that's it, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.